smoky. Killed this battery, and now it will not take a charge.
Well, the snow is gone and things are starting to green up around here, but my yard is looking a little disheveled these days. Junk laying around, like actual junk, garbage bags piled up like a bum. Bernie needs a battery. Dandelions taking over my flower bed. But hey, turbo's cool. No time like the present.
Like whatever this is here, starting to come up. There's another group of it here. Finding lots of these. If you remember from my crawl space cleanout video, if you haven't watched it, watch it. There was a whole box of these, and when I put all my garbage outside, they have blown all about the yard. Where did this come from? It was mixed in with the leaves. It's not even a little bit rotten. It's a grape. A bird, it's like a bird found it and dropped it there 5 minutes ago. All right there, that's got them kind of cleaned out more. Not sure what these are, but they're a nice kind of like bluebelly kind of flower. Zoe here is eyeballing these birds and looking at them like a little snack. Now what? I'm just doing this in random order of what I feel like. I have a weekend with no commitments, nothing to do. It's Mother's Day weekend, so Melody is at her mom's house for the weekend. She went Thursday night after her volleyball awards. So I can just do what I want when I feel like it all weekend, which is nice. I think next I will get rid of all these tree branches. My neighbor Ed said that the old neighbor used to cut them all down, and he seemed kind of annoyed that I haven't been, so we're going to deal with that. These trees are on the other side of my fence here, but I talked to my neighbor about it last summer, and he said he didn't care if I cut them down. They're not doing either of us any good. They just looked ugly growing through my fence, and if anything, they're just causing problems for his garage eventually with a root system under his slab. So I took those ones down for now, and then I'll maybe talk to him and see if I can just take the rest of them down as well. So some of you guys will recognize where this table came from, and it is ultimately going to sit here. This I'm going to turn into my patio space, but first I need to get rid of this pile of lumber that is sitting underneath here. This came from my shop. This guy all cleaned off. I think I'm just going to move them outside. It'll be nice in the summer for an outdoor table. It's a little wobbly, but it'll be good for out there, and it's just too big in here. It takes up too much space. It's going to become my kind of potting table, which will eventually go right there. This is going to be my garden spot. So I'm going to make like a potting shed right there where that pile of brush is currently sitting. You guys might be wondering where all this came from. Well, it actually came from dude. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now that we got that, the little door.
So weird.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like, I like how it has these kind of staggered windows and this little door and this little vent. It's kind of got a little modern kind of feel to it.
Dude, this is like a shanty.
Yeah.
Modern shanty.
Okay, I've cleaned out the inside of the shed. I thought I'd just give it a full walk around for you guys. So that is obviously where the door came from that my friend Josh used on his place. Window. Now inside here, I don't know, like, this looks kind of intentional, and I know it's just whatever random junky blocks, but you know, it looks kind of cool in a way. Obviously we got some roof problems, so that's the only real hole. This here, 1, 2, 3, 4, nice straight. There are places where it's just like, what do we have laying around? Let's just throw that up. Like all of this. And this. The inside of all that old shiplap. Realize that this here is another solid 4x4, so that's awesome. That'll be really nice old fur. I think I'm going to remove all these windows before I accidentally break one like I almost did already. That looks like a mouse-made structure, but as far as I can tell, there's no mice in there at this moment. All right, I think I've got this thing to a point now where it will come down. I think I can just kind of Okay, Melody is there. We are going under here. Oh, it's real quick. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, pause. Probably should have done that in the first place. Hopefully it doesn't hit this tree. I think it'll hit the tree a little bit.
But
Should be good. Okay. Go. Closer. I should have put my Crocs in 4x4.
you didn't put them in sport mode?
Does it look like it's gonna, is my phone placement look okay? I don't know. According to my math, it should be. Let me double check this. It should land in the opening. Okay. All right, there is the outcome. It worked good. As we can see, the shingles were not in the best shape anymore. Much better. still a few remnants of that shed.
What do you think? You just gonna head down there, Turbo? Turbo's got it figured out. Zoe is a little skeptical and a little scared of the ladder still. Let's go, buddy. There we go. Okay. Haven't been down here for a while. It is nice to have all this garbage cleaned out of here. It was a freaking mess. Got everything tidied down here. All the garbage, the last little bits of garbage are gone. Cleaned off those shelves. Got some plumbing spare bits and electrical spare bits that I'll need for down here. Josh's hammer drill. And then coming into the secret room, I basically just moved everything down to that end because the drain pipe will be coming through the wall in that corner. So this is the main drainage pipe for my future laundry is up there. And then that will be picking up the new toilet and a half bath. And that one right there is picking up the what will be the bathroom sink and the new half bath. So this needs to carry on down here through this wall, come about 4 feet this way, come across, and then through the wall. Here, right there, into that 3-inch pipe. I bought these last fall and then never did anything with them. We got Queen of the Night tulips. I thought these were really pretty and cool looking. I haven't necessarily stored them properly, but may as well go plant them and see if they grow. There's also crocuses. The other thing I'm going to do down here is turn my water on to the outside, which will be nice because I'm going to try and plant some of that stuff. I also need to clean up these wires. This is my Shaw coming in. The gray one is my Telus coming in, but it can be neater than all this junk. This is an old transformer of some kind, but I definitely don't need it anymore. And I need to properly ground the cable. That is not my electrical panel ground because I redid the ground. That's it there. And buried a plate into my dirt floor crawl space in there.
I also need to rebuild this ladder and landing space, but you can see how much space I gained when I reframed this opening a little bit, because the ladder used to go basically straight up from there to there. So this little space is all the opening that you had to come down the ladder and get things down here. So it was a tight squeeze. Now it's quite spacious. Okay, let's give this a go. Oh, that's not great. Wonder when the last time this was opened was. Now, it may stop, which it has stopped bubbling. Sometimes with these old valves, they'll do that. Picked up some new hose yesterday. Let's see what happens. Ew. Why is it so brown? Alright. We have water. And the valve seems to work good. I found this old shovel of Walter's down in the crawl space. The handle's a little split, but I can fix that. But I don't have one, so it'll work. Perfect for this. Oh, that's really These bulbs may be no good anymore because I left them too long, but they have a little sprout coming out, so with a little moisture and some nutrients from this dirt, hopefully they will grow. Alright, so I mowed the grass and it looks much better. This is the only real spot that it was growing and needed to be mowed. The rest is still fairly brown. But this is the flower bed in the front of my house. And it's mostly dandelions. There's some perennials coming up. We got whatever that is. There's a couple of those. And we've got this stuff here, which is kind of cool. It's kind of like a succulent of some kind. But I'm going to do this because it's between these two sticks. Makes me think that it's a perennial of some kind, so be careful not to damage that. All right.
Did you ever plant some veggies?
I'll probably just put some flowers in here.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna clear a spot in the back for a garden.
You have a spot in the back for a garden?
Not yet, but I'm gonna make one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I might get a sod cutter, I think,
Oh, yes.
and just scrape off that layer of grass.
Yeah, that would work, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Hope
And
so.
that way you might get rid of the quackgrass.
Yeah,
That's something that you always have to contend with, eh?
yeah. It's once it's in there, so hopefully that'll work. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a very wise idea.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
cut it all off, and
Yeah. Well, you're enjoying your new home?
I am. Yeah,
Good.
yeah. It's nice.
I knew the fellow that used to live here.
Oh, Walter.
He'd be
Yeah.
glad to see you looking after it so well.
Yeah, I figured so. But I didn't know him, of course, but
No,
it's kind of a neat old house. Like, it's got some character and some unique
Yes.
things to it, so you can tell that.
that's what I like about older homes. I really do.
Yeah,
Because they do have character.
yeah. Me
Mhm.
too.
Yeah. But yeah, well, enjoy.
Thanks.
Not good any work done like that.
No. Taking a break.
Must be the foreman, he's leaning on the shovel.
Yeah.
Oh. So that should hold the chickens in.
Is there anything over here worth keeping?
What, for plants?
Yeah, like I know this is obviously a perennial of some kind. That can go.
That isn't.
But like, is any of this?
That's bachelor buttons.
Oh, okay.
They seed themselves and keep coming back year after year. You don't have to plant them. That you want to get rid of.
That's the one I want
Get
to
rid of all the
of.
roots.
Okay.
They're a rhizome like quackgrass.
Oh, okay.
If you leave a little joint, it'll grow.
Doesn't take much.
Yeah. You won't pull it
Oh,
out.
yeah.
They go
No.
pretty deep.
Yeah.
That one.
Okay.
Anything that looks like that, get rid of it.
Okay.
And yeah, those bachelor buttons, you can keep those.
Yeah, they're
They're
kinda
okay.
nice.
And those peonies,
Oh, that's what those are.
yeah, those are
Okay.
peonies.
Okay.
Those are some I gave Wally. He come over to my place and dug them out. Yeah.
What's this little one? This looks like something
That
different.
is a Maltese cross.
Okay.
It grows up about this high and gets reddish, orangish red flowers on
It's a
top.
flower though. That's a keeper.
Yeah, you can keep that one.
Yeah.
There's another one over there I see, where the stakes are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Not too much.
Will you start a bunch of stuff in your greenhouse,
No,
or just stuff that comes up volunteer
stuff
every
that's
year
just
from
volunteers from the seed and
the
stuff.
year before?
Most people clean their flower beds in the fall. I don't. I leave them because that's where the ladybugs winter, eh?
Oh yeah.
And the ladybugs are good.
Yep. Yeah.
So I leave it till spring, and then when it warms up enough, then I clean them out. So I leave them a place to winter and do their job.
Yeah, they're not hurting nothing.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see you.
Yeah.
Don't work too hard.
All right, in my front yard here, I ended up putting the crocuses just all along the front of this bed. I think that'll be a nice spot for them to come up every spring. So I just kind of loosen the soil up with a hoe, get them about 3 inches down, and then I'm just covering them with a thin layer of potting soil and then a layer of black dirt, because they're supposed to be about 3 inches deep, and this was kind of shallow and needed some dirt anyways. The potting soil will give them a little fertilizer, so hopefully they still come up. So new battery for Ophelia. Voltmeter 12.2. Battery for Bernie 0.01. And this is after having the charger on it for like 4 hours. Overnight on trickle charge, and then for like 4 hours on full charge yesterday. So leaving the glove box on here cooked this battery. Alright, new freaking battery. Took that other one to Canadian Tire and they tested it. And even after charging it multiple times, it was still registering 0. So let's see if Bernie the Beast will fire up. Good sign, it's dinging. Alright. Let's go back inside. Double check on if we're leaking more badly or anything in here now. I'll definitely have to keep checking here throughout the day and maybe put a bucket or something. I'll have to double check that, investigate that, but there's no reason for that to be a structural bearing wall. I just think it's just overbuilt. So my plan was actually to move this wall back to like here, in line with where that plumbing drain is going to be. That way there isn't just a random pipe running through this room. But I'll try and carefully remove this so that I can save this to reuse it. Okay, so I'm not filming all the aspects of this demo because this video is getting pretty long and it's going to be wrapping up here shortly, but look at this wall. All of that to build out to this big ass metal plate, I guess. I don't know, but interesting. So this is just a big dirt block. I don't know why this dirt was left here. Like why this just wasn't like that and just have more space. I guess they just wanted that at a bottom shelf height. I don't know. Ultimately, once I get all this redone, I'll just... So this part, you know, was kind of leveled off. I'll do that all the way around here. Just build this up with some treated, ground treated 2x4s and level it off for the most part, and then just cap it with plywood. And same thing with these walls, just clean them up, cap it. Doesn't need to be anything perfect. It would just be nice to brighten it up and make it look somewhat finished like this. Now this, I'll leave all the old retro green stuff. Anywhere that I don't have to demo it out to do what I have to do, then I'll just leave it. And I'm gonna go to the grocery store one more time. I feel like I've been here 5 times this weekend and forgotten toilet paper every time. Melody has volleyball nationals coming up, so we usually buy Cliff Bars. Way cheaper to buy them one at a time than buy the box because they're on a good sale. Don't mind me.
TP for my bunghole.
And alright everyone, I think I'm going to call that a wrap. Got this nice and opened up. Got a little pile of firewood there. Those 1x4s are probably keepers. It'll be super easy just to tap all these boards off now from this side into the bonus room. Around into here. This is that wall from this side. I don't know how, like, this is like a 4 by almost 7 foot tall piece of paneling. Like this room was finished when this house was built because there's no other way you'd get that down here. We got some nice 1x6 scraps here. There, that side shows you the grain a little bit better. But this will be super nice once it's cleaned up. Aha, the culprit. So this is a box of those packing peanuts that I was all out in my lawn and yard. I did keep them, this box of them anyways, to pack stuff up with.